Well, hey guys, we're here with the nesting lure. What an incredible puzzle trip this has been. It's a little big, a little bigger than some of the puzzles I make. But you know, what started this project was just me wanting to save some pieces out of the firewood kindling pile outside. I brought them in and I thought, I'll make a little birdhouse for my mom. Lord knows she's got enough of those. But as I started trying to make it look like barn board, it was starting to occur to me that maybe I could do something a little more with it. So that's what I wanted to do was just some crazy art. This wasn't an order for anybody. I just thought I'm just going to go right crazy here and just do all kinds of stuff. Three-dimensional, whatever, right? And then the idea was that I was going to put a smaller birdhouse inside. So playing on the words of it being a nesting puzzle, right? Birdhouses nesting. Ha ha ha. And I think ultimately my goal here was to make it look as much like a birdhouse as I could without really giving away that it was a puzzle. Now, when you start looking at it, and you start going, oh, well, there's some kind of nice pieces there, some nice exotic woods, you start to know there's maybe a little bit more. And so, yeah, so there's things that go on here. Now, I don't want to give away all the secrets. However, when you take off some of the panels, there's more secret knobs in there. Ooh, won't show you them all. And then, as far as the design goes, I wanted it to make it look like an old bait shop, right? I got this idea out of an old book, pictures of birdhouses. It didn't look quite like this, but so with the pins and the colorful stuff outside, I'm reminded of old antique shops here in Ontario, and they were often in barns and the stuff, and they would plaster the outside with all kinds of colorful items. And so I guess that's kind of what I was going for here. And I have a friend who's into miniatures. And so she was encouraging me to kind of make a whole scene of it. And so I got really lucky and found a miniature Coke machine that I had to rough all up and sand it. And then I got really even luckier at an antique shop, and I found this little park bench there. And I found this fishing basket at another spot. So lucky. And then I put it all on top of a real barn board base, right? And to help give it the illusion that it's, at the water's edge, I gave it some piers, and they don't quite go to the bottom. It's hard to see with the black, but it gives the idea that we're maybe just a little bit off water, and people would come here and visit. And then here, cool on the side here, we have the map side. And this is a panel that comes off, but I was lucky enough to find a map from like the 70s. And it shows Georgina Island on it and the water depths all around. So that was cool. And some of the other fun features was finding these pop caps. And there's some history that goes with that. Wishing Well Pop was a rival brand in 1920 for Coca-Cola here back in Ontario, right? So I guess they didn't make it. Anyway, lots of fun stuff. This door wiggles and it jiggles, and maybe it comes out, maybe it doesn't. I can't tell you. Anyway, lots of fun stuff here, guys. It was really a great fun puzzle to make with all this little embellishments and accoutrements just to help really give it that flavor of nostalgia. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching, and stick around. There's more cool things always coming up. Great, beautiful day.